Yes, people, welcome back for another episode of the Take On with myself, Flex, Mr. Anton Ferdinand, and Abbi Summers. Yes, it is a big show we've got ready for you lot today after an amazing night of football at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, as Arsenal have all but sealed their fate in terms of they're not going to win the league. Mm-hmm. You've done your job of making sure you lose. Yeah. And in the fallout of that, there's been a lot of opinions and anger and frustrations leveraged at Ange Postecoglou from some of the fans. They're not happy with him. He's not happy with some of the fans, some of the players, the institution. He needs to change things. We got a lot to talk about in this show, Anton.
We have. And I'm looking forward to it because, cool. And by the way, people are just dismissing West Ham like we can't go to the Etihad and get a draw at least. You know, Moyes' last game.
It's City fans that have dismissed you. They're acting like they've won it.
I know,
already.
but people are dismissing us like that. And just talking from my own experience, I was in the QPR game, the last game of the season.
Oh, yeah.
I played in that game.
It's mad, he's played in the exact picture of what
I played in that game. This game that's coming up this weekend.
You nearly done it as well.
And you know what was crazy? Man City are going to do the exact same thing. It's going to be a carnival settings, like they've already run it, like they've already won it before it's even happened for the game, and that rallied me up even more. I turned up. Obviously, we needed to stay up, but I turned up thinking, like, you cheeky so-and-sos, man. Like, how dare you think you've won the game before you've even kicked a ball? And I know Man City are going to do the exact same this weekend, and it put fuel. Even though West Ham ain't playing for anything, as professionals, it's going to put like fire in your belly to go, no, they're taking liberties. So
don't discount West Ham, is what Anton's saying. But Abbi, Spurs, what did you make of the game yesterday? Floor's yours.
I thought it was probably one of our best performances since the turn of the year. Genuinely, I thought defensively we were much better. I said it a couple of weeks ago when a doggy got injured. Why have we not done that back three with Mickey on the left, Dragusin, Romero? Was crazy that he's only just thought about doing that. Thought we looked good, a lot more compact. Not our usual high line gung-ho. It was a bit more reserved, interestingly enough. But yeah, I felt overall we were probably the better team for actually large parts of that game.
You sound upset about that. By that,
she is.
Was crazy.
Of course she is.
You sound upset by that.
It's been no secret. I didn't want to win that game because I don't want Arsenal to win the league. I didn't want them to win the league, and you know I have no issue if City win the league. It's no bother to me. They're not really. They're no rival to me. They're not. So what was interesting was just seeing Spurs give a game a go when I didn't see that in the North London derby. I certainly didn't see it against Chelsea. I didn't really see it against Liverpool. I didn't see it against Newcastle. So my question was, why were they so riled up and defensive and a lot better defensively last night? Why did Ange change his little ethos last night? Why do that? Because
essentially, as a football club, I get the fan-based rivalry with North London, in North London with Arsenal. However, Villa have just lost.
True.
Villa have just drawn. Mm-hmm. And you as a football club, the players, and you as a football club, definitely your owners for sure, should surely want Champions League football.
I have no issue with Ange saying in the press conference a couple of days ago, Monday, whenever it was, saying that, you know, he wants to win, the team wants to win. I have no problem with him saying that whatsoever, because I agree. And if I was in that capacity, I would say, I wouldn't want him to say, yeah, we're going to roll over because we don't want Arsenal to do it. I'm happy for him to say that. I want him to say that. But it's not like Villa have just slipped up. Villa have been slipping up since March, right? Spurs have lost 5 out of the last 6. They weren't showing any of that fight, that determination to try and capitalise on where Villa had slipped up. Liverpool had also been slipping up in this time, by the way. So if Spurs or if Ange might have compromised in the last 3-4 games, when we wouldn't be conceding 4 goals a game or going 3-0 down to Arsenal at home or turning up to Chelsea and not putting any effort in, not realising it's a derby. So that's my frustration. My frustration is not taking those opportunities when they were coming over the last 4 or 5 weeks.
But that's the top 4 race.
And capitalising.
The top 4 race is from 4th to 6th/7th. There's a bunch of teams there that are inconsistent.
But
right up until the last day, there's a chance.
Yeah.
And Ange Postecoglou is within his rights.
He is.
After the game, I'm talking about now, because I saw
we're fast forwarding.
We're fast forwarding.
But am I wrong to say in those last 5 games,
you've been poor.
games, we've been poor.
But you're still in with a chance.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you guys is why in those last 5-6 games did he not change and go a little bit more defensive with that back three? Why did he not do that in any of those games? Why did he decide to do that last night?
Well, I'll tell you why. The same reason why you all loved him at the beginning of the season. He said he's going to play a certain way. He said he's going to do a certain style.
He didn't do that last night.
Right. But
he compromised on his style,
up until that point
last night.
And then the season's played out.
Could have grown
and
5 games ago.
When you lot lost to 9-man Chelsea, you lot had 9 men against Chelsea. You lost 4-1. What was the narrative? It was, do you know what?
High line for life.
He is stupid for playing that high line and conceding 4 goals. Actually, against Chelsea, who were naive at the time, they probably wouldn't have been able to break them down. What did every Tottenham fan tell us? They said, including you. Yeah,
I stand by that.
I'm so glad he done that. It's a breath of fresh air.
It was.
Antonio Conte, boring. No, at least we've got someone on the front foot. Jose, no. So yeah, the fact that we did have 9 men and we played like that, good on him.
You're phrasing
That's
this.
What he said.
I'm not disputing it. I did say that. Camera thought. I did say that.
So what's wrong with it now?
I'm also not saying I want Ange out. By the way, before you turn this narrative FC.
No. The only narrative is coming from Spurs fans. Because do you know what's happened now?
Let me land.
I wasn't finished.
I thought you were.
Here's my closing statement.
Okay.
Ange Postecoglou, right? The penny has dropped that he is in an institution that does not want or know how to win. He wants to change it round, and he's getting pushback, right, from the wider Spurs community.
That's not true.
Because he's saying, I just want to win. Like, he's supposed to say that. Like, he's supposed to say, I don't care about all this noise. The fans can obviously not want to win the game and stuff like that. But for fans to get angry at Ange for saying, like, that the last 48 hours showed me the foundations are really fragile, mate. That's what it showed me, mate.
Oh, man.
He's learned things. The penny's just dropped to Ange that he goes, shit, this is what Spurs actually... Like, they don't have any intention of having any standards. And as soon as you try to insert that, you get this.
I'll wait for you to...
What did he say? The corridors...
Funny.
The corridors...
No, because you're gonna throw it.
I won't.
What did...
You're going back now? Okay.
But
Thank you.
what did...
Archie with the photography GCSE today. Okay.
What was he saying? Like, he said something about the corridors. They ain't got pictures for well done. You stopped Arsenal winning, but he wants pictures in there of people that have won things. If your manager, as Spurs, your manager's talking like that, you should be happy.
I'm not angry at that. I'm genuinely not angry at that. Of course, I want a manager that wants us to win.
So what's the bit you're angry at?
What I'm angry at, okay.
With Ange.
With Ange, okay. This is not Ange out.
Yes.
I'm not saying I'm Ange out. I'm backing the manager.
Let's just
I want
that.
it to work. Camera 4, I want it to work. Okay, I really do. I can't have another manager. I've had about 25 in my lifetime.
Right.
I'm only 30. Right. What I'm angry at is he could come out and say in the press conference the other day, like I said earlier, I want to win. I want the team to win. I understand from the fans' perspective. Of course, they don't want to see their North London rivals, their most hated rivals, win the league. But that's not my problem. Leave it, park it, done. That's it. Whatever fans do and say amongst each other, that's the fans. Don't get involved with it. Okay? We're all having arguments with each other. There's a group of people that do want, us to win the game last night, which I also understand. I get that point. There's also a group that didn't want us to win the game last night because of the bigger consequences. Now, Ange coming out and saying that we're fragile and all of that. Yeah, I mean, I could have told you that. We've been that way for my entire lifetime. We are a very fragile club from top to bottom, and that starts at the top with the ownership. Okay, sacking managers, 3 months after you get to a Champions League final, not backing the manager, all this stuff. Sacking Jose the week of a final. It's a very fragile mentality. Yeah. There ain't nothing to really line the walls with in the last 20 years. Previously, yeah, but since the Premier League era, there's not much to line it with. Okay, so that's not just on this team. This is on every team under Pochettino, Martin Jol, Redknapp, all the way back, right? So I get that part. He wants to change the mentality. But when it comes to the fan situation, why would I, as a Spurs fan, 30 years a Spurs fan, I work in this industry, I work with hella Arsenal fans, okay? Why would I want to go into work, walk down the street and be told, cheers for giving us another title? They won 2 league titles at White Hart Lane. Let's not forget. If we would have won that game last night, it would have been so Spursy to then just basically help them along their way to give them another one. And I'm sorry, but if any other club was in this situation, if United was in this situation with Liverpool, if West Ham was in this situation with Spurs, because you also hate us, or Chelsea, you wouldn't want to see Spurs win a trophy. You wouldn't want to see Liverpool do it. So I don't understand.
No one's saying that you shouldn't do that.
Right. So then that's my fan thing. Yeah. That's where that comes from. And I fully understand that because I am one of those people. I don't want to see Arsenal do that. Life is really not worth living for me at that point when I've got to go.
So why don't you understand when he says in the post-match, like, I don't care about that?
He needs to leave that alone.
Why?
Don't comment on it. But
he's trying to.
Because as a manager of this institution, set the example that you're not getting into that pettiness. Do your talking on the pitch. And what annoys me is that he's all of a sudden outraged about this game that, you know, we're not supporting the team or whatever. We've supported the team through losing every single London derby this season at home, not seen one win. Okay, that hasn't happened for years. Lost 4 in a row for the first time in 20 years. That hasn't happened for ages. Conceding 4 goals regularly, pretty much every game. He's not changing the high line, which is fine. That's his principles. We will support that to a point. Not getting a set piece coach because he doesn't think it's necessary. So there's a lot of things that, yes, it's been good things with Ange, we really like, but there's also been quite a few things where we're like, it's his first season, we'll let it go. But if, as I've said on this show and many others, if we're sitting here in October and the situation is still there, we must ask questions because we can't be conceding 4 goals every week. So there's things that we've also sat by as fans, as a fan base, and said, we'll put it down to the first season. Let's see where we're growing because I've seen enough improvement, the start of the season more so than the last part, that will stick by him. So I don't think he needs to call out a fan base that have suffered quite a few losses.
Did he call out just the fan base though? I don't think he did.
He can call out what he wants inside
he said inside and out, it's fragile, and he said, I need to go back to the drawing board because I need to do things different.
He can call out whatever he likes.
He didn't say the fans are a disgrace because they didn't support us.
It's veiled. He can call out whatever he likes inside that club. I'll agree with it because everyone knows how I feel about the ownership.
For their mentality.
I don't think you should call out the fans because they've been there every week singing your name, backing you, whether you were 4-0 down to Liverpool or 3-0 down at halftime to Arsenal or Chelsea, whatever. I don't think you should get onto the fans because the Arsenal situation is a separate entity. Don't get your emotion as a manager into that with the fans because you won't like the outcome to it. So let the fans be fans and you focus on your job, sorting out set pieces and defending.
I agree.
That's you don't deserve him. You don't deserve him.
Can I say?
You don't like to concede 4 goals every week.
You don't deserve Ange.
You do actually.
You don't deserve Ange.
But what I will say is, one, you sound like Ange out. You do.
Anton's taking all of that in and you go right there.
I can't see where it's Ange in with this.
How can you say that is Ange out? I want Ange to do well.
Go back and listen to your rant, and then you'll understand why.
Is that a rant?
that was a rant. Of course it was.
I thought that was actually quite chill.
No, he was talking very fast.
Thank you.
Very quick, very punchy.
Oh, very fast. I said thank you. I thought you were going to say very, very, very calmly.
No, he wasn't. No.
Oh, I thought that was calm for me. I don't think I'm rattled today.
But what I will say is,
I thought that was calm. Sorry, guys.
I get the
get the subtitles.
I get the fan bit and Arsenal being different. However, if you're in the Champions League next year, Arsenal win the league because you beat Man City. You're in the Champions League next year. You're getting better players.
Yeah.
You got a manager who has a style of play that you know what you're going to see, right or wrong. Yeah, but you know what you're going to see.
Because you're not thinking about the big picture. Anton's right. You're just thinking about Arsenal.
I'm not.
Just like you just thinking about City. Just like you just think about Bayern. It's the Spurs thing. You think about everyone but yourself.
I'm not disputing what you're saying.
Let me finish,
yes,
please?
go on. Land. Clear the runway. Land.
So
she's rattled now. It starts like this. This is I've seen it before.
So you got a manager. You're in. Hypothetically, say you're in. Well, you're not going to be now, but you're in the Champions League because you beat Man City and Arsenal win the league, but you're now in Champions League. You're getting better players who the manager wants in, who fits the way he wants to play and his mentality, which he stated the club from top to bottom needs to change. Yeah. next year's better for you because you've got all of that in place and you're in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Right?
I'd rather we're better.
That's not
Right.
what I'm saying.
No, I get it. I get the family, but I'm saying the bigger picture on if you did win yesterday, it's short pain now, but
I see your point.
your gain is much longer and much bigger.
I see your point.
I ain't finished yet.
Okay,
Abbi.
we're still going.
Okay.
We're still 13 minutes left, guys.
But what I will say
we're
also, that was half. It was your run.
Yeah, that's
By
true.
the way.
My club.
All right. Then you've got a manager who you've spoken about has finally changed what he wanted to do in terms of his tactics on the pitch. Can't you look at it as growth? So if you are in the Champions League next year, well, you're not going to be, but if you was,
You can say it again if you
and
want.
you've got the players that he wants, because you've got better players now because you're in the Champions League, you've now also got a manager who understands sometimes you need to change.
May I reply?
You can.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
As long as it's short.
Okay.
You
what
don't have another rant again.
I would respond on that is everyone wants to be in the Champions League. Okay. But as I have said, I don't think it was necessary this season, based on what I've seen of Spurs, to be in the Champions League because we can't compete at that. I would rather be in the Europa League where I feel that maybe we could actually have a real go at it because that is probably more our level where we're at the moment.
Conference League, you mean?
Europa League, where we can actually try and maybe compete to win a trophy. You don't get a trophy for top four. I know Arsenal have made that a thing, that it's a massive thing and they line the walls with how many times they also got top four, but that's not a thing. Okay, that's not a thing, Joel. So for me, finishing fifth wasn't a problem. And if someone asked a Spurs fan at the start of the season, last year we were eighth, which now you know how that feels, eighth, in his first season, you've lost Harry Kane, you're going to finish fifth, and you'll miss out on the top four. I'd say, okay, fine. Like that would be a good season for me because we've progressed.
League is better for you, though.
But what I would also say,
It's not easy to win it. Ask Villa.
I know it's not, but I feel like we are more than we can try and be competitive in that and try and win that.
Can I ask you one last question?
Not saying that we will. Sorry.
Go on.
No, go on.
Oh, I've got one question. Do you have some words to Arsenal fans? You know, the ones that were praying, Joel putting up loads of things. There's an infamous clip of Turkish now. When they were cussing Son, they're all saying he's done it on purpose. Robbie was giving it all believe. This, that. Basically, camera 4, what is your message to Arsenal fans who were sort of, asking for your help and pretending you were best of friends and all that?
Making combinations of the badges,
Exactly.
buying tickets.
Frenemies.
Yeah, buying tickets. And in the Spurs end last night was wild. What I would say was if you need to rely on Spurs to win your league, you don't really deserve to win the league, do you?
Would you call that a bottle job? Would you call it a bottle job?
I think it's hard to say they bottled it this year because they're going to take it to the last day and beating City.
But isn't that is shameless though, isn't it?
huge.
Trying to depend on the people that the club that they laugh at all the time.
I would say they're awful shameless.
They're shameless.
They are extremely shameless. This is number one.
But
shameless sayings.
The reason why I'm asking the question, sorry, Abby, the reason why I'm asking the question, have they bottled it? The reason why I'm asking that question is because the way that they the Villa game, they dismissed it like it was just going to be it was just going to be
They ain't bottled it.
They do that.
a rollover.
They do that.
Do you know what I mean? Like
They ain't bottled it.
if they would have won every single game, they're now sitting here.
Yeah,
as
of course.
winners.
But that's what you need to do to go up against City. Like
you have
when
to
Liverpool
be
were
perfect.
losing by 1 point, 2 point, 90 points, all that,
say they bottled
it's
it.
not bottled. Taking a title race to the last day of the season is not bottling.
Yeah.
It's not.
Last year's
It's
different.
not.
They were top of the league for 200 and how many days was it, Arch? 260 odd days?
No idea.
Okay. 260 odd days.
Loads
we
of
call it,
days.
right? Loads of days. Like nearly.
And it was Southampton,
a lot of
West Ham,
calendar years. That
home
was
against
a
someone else.
bottle because of how long they were
yeah.
at the top. This is different.
Okay.
But hold that because they've come out with as many trophies as Spurs have got. So congratulations. Oh no, they've got the top 4 trophy.
Oh.
Okay. They've got the top 4 trophy. Oh, should I put that back up?
Clip that up.
Okay, we're gonna move on because that was a lot on the Spurs bit, but it's just interesting
This is the
to hear
Abby
your
Summers
thoughts.
show today.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing the Camera 4 awards.
Wow. Should we get changed? I feel like we should.
Yeah, I know we should have really
Black
come more
tie.
prepared for this in terms of black tie
Okay.
event, etc. But obviously we can't do that.
Okay.
I want to give out some awards from the show for this season.
Have you made this?
No,
Okay.
no, we got to decide it. There's categories, and we just got to try and on the spot. It's quite difficult, and you haven't been here the whole season as well. But I can vouch for other stuff.
What 5 months it's been going.
Absolutely. We need an MVP player award. Yeah, we need most impressive managerial performance, best signing, biggest overachievers, biggest underachievers, worst take from the panel award.
Okay.
Take that aged the best. And the last one is the most apologies delivered to camera 4.
There's only one winner for that one. There's only one winner for that one.
So, let's start off. MVP. Who's the most valuable player this year?
Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, who are you going with?
Yeah, I'd probably go Rice. Rice or Foden, but maybe Rice.
I just
Because would they be as good as they've been without Rice?
What about Palmer? Like how valuable that one player is to that.
I mean, they can technically
It's different. It's different.
It could be up there.
Do you know, if they get Europa League, which is very
it's
good,
one in them three.
That's my next up.
It's one in them three. Like
Foden, we have to all agree.
Remember, Foden
is probably going to shoot them to the title.
Foden is passed yesterday before the penalty.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, he's a joke.
But like Foden has filled the shoes of Kevin De Bruyne, who arguably people say across the board is the best ever in the Premier League. And he's gone in and filled these shoes, and he's helped carry
Stepped up big moments.
Yeah, all right, rank the three. Rank Foden, Rice, Palmer.
I think
is it that?
I think it's Foden, Rice, Palmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because them two are going for the title.
Yeah.
Palmer in terms of like he's MVP for Chelsea and he's carried them and dragged them into the position.
But the whole league. When you look at like Declan has given Arsenal something that they've never had.
Yeah.
Since I've been hearing Arsenal fans at best midfielder since Vieira.
Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. This is an interesting one. Most impressive managerial performance award.
Ange last night.
Should we do? Right, well, it's 2-1.
No, okay.
You outvoted, mate.
You'll pay.
Go on. What would you?
I was actually going to be real and honest here, okay? And I was going to say Iraola has been unreal, I think, especially the first couple of games when he come in at Bournemouth. It wasn't good, and there was a lot of question marks. Like, were they right to kind of get rid of Gary O'Neill? But he is again put in a really good style of play, a way that Bournemouth are looking good. We're not looking at them around the bottom of the table at the minute. And I think he's done a very good job. Also, again, I wouldn't give it to him because of how long he's been here, but Oliver Glasner, since coming in at Palace, I know obviously they've got 2-star players in Elise and Eze when they're fit, it's all good. But, you know, seeing like Adam Wharton been unreal. The way that they play, you would not think a Palace team could play the way that they've been playing. So for me, that it would be them two. And
because it's fresh in my mind off the back of Pep last night.
Yeah.
Making big calls, by the way. Making big calls. We can talk about his tactical nous and what he does and the way he gets his team to play for him. But the calls he made last night, taking off Ederson, who's arguably the best goalkeeper in the world.
He was out for a bit though.
I know, but like it's easy to leave him on.
No, but he said the doctor said he must take him off though. Like he didn't have a choice. He didn't choose to do that.
I couldn't believe that he even stayed on for a minute.
He said in the presser that like he's literally said though with that one he said like
but
the doctors came.
But then he should have come off straight away.
I thought he stayed
on. Because he stayed on,
and he shouldn't have. But the doctor said you have to take him off.
I thought he should have come off straight away personally. From where I was sitting behind the goal and I didn't think it was
awful.
Good.
Yeah. His eye was out there.
Yeah, I feel like Pep's always a good shout, but Pep's always a good shout.
Yeah, Arteta's up there as well.
I think Arteta will be up there.
He's been brilliant. I think it's nice to give it to sort of the ones you might not expect. Unai Emery's up there. Unai Emery, mate.
Great shout.
But then we've got also biggest overachievers award. So
that would probably go there.
Do you know what I mean? But Unai Emery, let's go Areola. Okay. I think he's done fantastic because this one, biggest overachievers award.
I think
Villa getting Champions League and been on it the whole time.
What he's done since he came in, just before the World Cup, so like 18 months. What he's
3 points above the relegation.
Do you know what I love? Do you know what I love? His passion.
Yeah.
You see his passion on the sideline the other day.
Yeah.
You see it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
He's such a good manager.
Do you know what I love about him? His humbleness. The way people have a joke about him coming on and saying good evening, but the fact that he comes on and says good evening,
still says it.
Says it.
Yeah,
like that's somebody who's that's been instilled in them. Like I love that about him.
No, he's been fantastic. Villa, he's been brilliant. Biggest underachievers, easy.
United.
Man United. I think we decided that on another show from before.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you've got to put Chelsea in that conversation.
No, not really, because if they get Europa League, you look at it. Poch's first season when they finished 12th the season before.
That's an if. It's still an if.
No, but even that, they're not going to finish 12th. They've done all right.
No, they're not. But I still think they've still spent a lot of money, and I think that still has to be in the conversation.
It does, but actually,
the last couple of weeks have helped them.
If they get Europe,
I think Poch has done a great job. I really do.
If they get into Europe, if they don't, if they still finish 8th.
I think the way he's consolidated.
I know they can't finish 8th.
I think the way that he's consolidated.
they can if they lose 2. Oh no, they've got 1 left and we got 2.
I think the way that he's consolidated the team and he's now got them playing the way that he wants them to play. Yes, it's taken a lot longer than he probably thought it would and wish it would. However, I always base this on myself as a player. He looks like a manager I'd love to play for. I'd run through brick walls for him. He's personable.
Would you run up the M1?
No.
That's why you're going to win some of the next awards, mate.
I think that's what, for
That's
me, taking it back as a player, he's a manager I'd love to play for.
This is why
you've done a fantastic
shameless Summers.
You
I
bring it
can't
up
wait.
all the time, don't you?
Worst take from the panel award.
You've had some dodgy ones.
There's been a lot. Anton, you've had some bad
What
ones.
was the one you looked down camera?
That's one.
3.
Is it coming 3? Okay.
You looked down camera 3 not long ago, and you said something. We both went, the real star boy.
But he goes, that's not bad because I still think it. That's what he thinks.
That's not a bad take.
It's not a great take.
It's not a great take.
It's not a bad take.
It's not a great take though, is it?
Is it better than your all over skip one? 100%.
That wasn't on this show.
But you said it.
It wasn't on here though. It wasn't on the take on.
You've had. Yeah, it has to be on the take on.
So you can't think of any, can you, lads?
You're lucky.
Nope.
Have I had some terrible ones on here? Not really.
Today you basically said Ange out, so that could go down.
Find me where I've said that.
You've basically said it.
Go back through it and find
You've
where I
been
said
smart with it. You said I'm not Ange out, but everything you said in the rant is Ange out.
Did I say?
You also say a lot of things.
Ten Hag.
No. Your Onana one at the start. Yes.
What did I say though? What did I say?
I'm glad we got rid of the hair. And
I've actually got the clip saved in my phone. I said I'm really, really worried for him. That's what I said.
You signed,
no, you was buzzing that you signed.
He's going to
He's going to do well.
My take on here, my take on here was he's in big trouble.
Early settings of the season.
No, I've even got that clip. Okay. I will find it right now.
We need to find that.
I will find it right now.
We should have really had some options for this.
Yeah, we should have.
Because at the start, you loved
Onana.
You done an Usher very, very quickly. You turned very quickly and started dissing his high top.
Yeah.
But before that, you was loving him.
You did.
Yeah, and Abbi done a caught up. She had Ange and said he was amazing. She run off the M1 for man.
Why?
And now
I don't know why you put me in that. Don't deflect.
You were like,
Hold
you're
your
there
tape.
laughing about you the laugh and you said, I'll drop an Asher banger on you then.
Hold your tape.
She done an Asher burn. She wants to burn it down. She don't even want Ange there.
Can't even hold your own confessions. Honestly. You've had some bad takes too. Come on.
My God. Abby's a bad girl, you know.
I think we should. Burn. I think we should just give it to Flex.
No. Actually, we'll put this one to the comments.
Okay.
Because you guys, who's had the worst takes consistently this season, really? And the last one. Second to last one. The take that aged the best.
Ooh.
Is it your Sancho one?
I think my Sancho. I think not.
There,
I think it's based on the fact
for the right reasons, like no banter, like you sort of.
When I was saying that, in terms of the way Ten Hag treated him, will impact the squad and him going forward. I think it has shown that's the problem at Man United in terms of the players. Don't really respect him. They're not fighting for him based on that. So I think that's what it would be. So I think that would be up there.
Can I have the date that this was made? I am massively worried about him. Massively. Yeah. What was the date that this was?
Onana settings, mate. I found my clip, mate. I'm massively worried about him, mate.
You were saying
find a clip, mate.
On him.
Run VT.
Okay, that was from 4th of the 10th.
It's fairly early.
But there's another one here from the 28th of the 6th. Oh no, that was before the season started. I don't know, Archie. You might need to do some due diligence on that.
Yeah, proof.
Yeah, proof.
I said in this one. I said it could be Andre Onana. Yeah. Oh, that's at the beginning. Before you got there. This one is once he's come. So I have not
after
said.
that first game against Wolves.
There you go.
I think the Sancho one's a good
Sancho
take.
one.
Yeah.
I agree with it.
Okay. And the last one is most apologies delivered to camera 4. That's you.
I think we need someone to actually count though.
No, but I think
independent adjudication.
I think you need to apologise right now.
For what?
To Ange.
To Ange.
I think you need to. I think you should apologise to him because you are lucky to have him. And basically, what we've learned today is that you don't deserve him. You don't value him.
100%.
You don't want to change your way of thinking. You don't want to change your culture, and you want your standards to remain on the floor.
Didn't say anything about.
That's how it feels.
Just said don't get involved.
That's
with
just
fans.
how it feels.
Don't get involved with fans.
Yeah, and do you know why I should? Do you know why I should get involved with the fans? Do you know why I should?
Why,
because
mate?
for far too long, the Spurs fans are happy just being there, you've now got a guy who's saying, come on guys, follow me, change the way you think, be a winner. Start trying to think like a winner. And you know what you said?
Anything.
Do you know what you said?
What did I say?
You said,
What did I say,
well, we're not
Flex?
going to get top 4 because Villa ain't going to lose to Palace. That's what you said. That is a Spurs mentality. There are 2 games to go.
We're running out of time.
There are 2 games to go. If you'd have beat City, there is every chance, as you reminded me how good Crystal Palace are. Did you not?
Slapped you up.
Yeah, you was wearing a Mateta shirt, wasn't you? On a different show. So obviously you know how good Palace are. Yeah, you laugh, yeah. Elise, wicked. Eze, amazing. You just said Glasner, one of the managers of the season. So why is it a foregone conclusion that Aston Villa will go to Selhurst Park and definitely win?
Why is it a foregone conclusion that Spurs will go to Sheffield and get a result?
See?
Because you got Ange.
See? Spurs mentality.
We had Ange with Arsenal
Spurs mentality.
and Chelsea
no,
and West Ham.
but there's only 2 games left, Abby. You can do it.
Newcastle.
You can still. You're in the race.
It's not guaranteed. It's
not guaranteed, so don't
just
try.
one more thing on this. One more thing. If we
That just epitomises it.
This is what we're talking about.
What you just said epitomises it.
If we
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying.
Abby.
if we were 3 points behind,
Abby.
okay, if we were 3 points behind or 1 point off, maybe I would have felt different. But my team didn't bother to turn up since March.
But it doesn't
I
matter.
didn't
It's about the
even turn
last
up
2 games of the
night.
season. It can still be
You're
done
never gonna
if
get me
you
to say-
believe. But you didn't believe.
No,
You didn't believe.
I don't.
Why didn't you believe? Because that is the standards of your football club.
Okay, cool.
And that's what the manager wants to change.
Exactly.
Also, we haven't even spoken about it, but has your club found a roofer yet?
Yeah, we have.
Right.
We're building a new stadium just like yours.
Okay, but like, are you going to patch the roof up?
No, we're going to
Because
knock
I
it
heard
down.
It was like the new
we've
wonder
got a
of the
task.
world,
We've got a task
the
force
Manchester
that we
Reef,
want to change it. And guess what? And guess what? When that happened, we were fuming. It's embarrassing. Look at our club.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though. At least it's still standing. At least we can play again on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's what you lot would be like.
But you have been like that because
Shit
no one's fixed your
mentality.
roof in 30 years.
Yeah, because the Glazers.
So you were still doing
So
that.
when we're Glazers
Oh,
out.
no worries, it will hold out
No,
till
we were doing
Wednesday.
Glazers out
It'll hold
protests.
out.
When you lot were saying, but they spend money. Why are you doing Glazers out protests?
I
That's
said
why.
that.
Can we talk
That's
about,
why.
When have I said
can we
that?
talk
Find the
about one
receipt
club
on
who
that.
won this weekend? Us lot. Let's talk about one club that won this weekend.
Really quickly, Anton.
Yeah, really quickly.
Really quickly. No, not
So-
what he's done against Luton. That's fine.
No, no, no.
I don't care
that's
about
fine.
that.
No.
Okay.
Manchester City. You started the show very quickly, right? Because the floor's going to be yours and then we'll wrap up. You started the show by saying, don't discount us. I've played in that game and rightly so, you have. So you've seen the emotions. Down camera 1.
Camera 1, please.
No problem. I'm looking.
Straight
Will West Ham spoil the party? Because like you said, nobody's talking about that. Everyone's seeing it as a foregone conclusion that Man City will win the league from this position.
I think the base is on it being David Moyes' last game. I know we're coming up against an absolute phenomenal team. It's going to be difficult, but you can't write West Ham off. With the likes of Kudos, Paqueta in the team, Jared Bowen in the team, Antonio playing well. We got the real star boy. Not just that, we got the young boy.
Oh,
George Murphy. Oh, seriously. The biggest takeaway from the weekend, I have to say this. When he came on, and this is the biggest takeaway I had, Paqueta was looking for him everywhere he was on the pitch, busting 1-2s. So arguably our best player in the squad wants to play with him. That tells you the respect levels and how much Paqueta's having him.
For one final game, yeah, because obviously next season he'll be at sea.
No.
Say your goodbyes on Sunday. He might just stay up in Manchester. What's the point of coming back down?
But again,
What's the point?
But again,
What's the point?
Again, we've got George Murphy, you've got Oliver Skip. That's what
Oliver
I'm talking
Skip,
about.
give me a left back, mate.
You know
Can't
what
wait.
I mean? Hey?
Resurgent left back.
Exactly.
Look forward to it.
But what I will say is, we could do something. Arsenal fans, if we do, I don't ever want to hear you say that Kudos is not the real star boy. All right?
There you go, guys. Anton's having it. He thinks they can do something and stop Man City win the league. Abby, do you? No chance?
You're hoping we don't.
I know.
No
Slapped
chance?
you.
Yeah, you did.
How
Slapped you.
Who doesn't?
I know.
how devastated would you be to see West Ham beat City and Arsenal beat Everton?
No, I can't even think about these things. I can't even think about it.
I think it's. I said it
Blue
weeks ago. I think there's still another twist, and it's going to
Well, I
come
hope
down.
not.
It's coming down to the last
I hope
game.
not. I really hope not.
Very interesting. Guys, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'll see you on another episode here on The Take On. Take care. Peace.